Okay, here we go. So, again, switch to sticky. I've turned Gorillas in the Mist off. This is completely neutral. Mayhem 3. Nearly one-shot him. Hey everyone, I'm Madals, and today I'm looking at a ridiculously overpowered flak build. Now, this is a boss shredder. It doesn't use any crazy legendaries or anointed things, literally just an epic Torgue Rocket Launcher and a fairly standard class mod. So how does this work so well? I have no idea. It is just ridiculous, to be fair, for farming. It works in Mayhem 3 absolutely fine. All the footage you see during this is filmed in Mayhem 3 mode, even with pretty terrible modifiers for this build like minus gun damage. What is even more crazy about it, though, is the fact that it works with only 33 skill points. The others you can put wherever you want. It's not essential. There's just 33 points you have to use. And also, for the first bit of footage here, I don't even have a pet out. That's how good it is. I don't have any augments on my action skill. Just shred everything. Now, how did I find this build? As while I was streaming and playing around with some stuff. So as always, if you want to come and check me out while I'm live on Twitch, you can at twitch.tv/Madals. Drop a follow so you know when I go live. I'm there every weekday from 5 PM European time. Now, let's jump in to this frankly crazy build. Let's start by looking at the gear, and it is nothing special. So the only weapon we're going to need for this boss farming build is a Torgue Rocket Launcher. Now, I'm running a Poke and Quickie, which is amazing, but what you're really looking for is the stuck gyroject damage increase. That's important, but most importantly, you want something that at least gets 2 shots off per magazine, ideally more if you can. Basically, this is because of how we're going to be making sure that we're just getting so many gyrojets stuck. Next up, the class mod. This is the only other thing that really helps this build, and I'm just using the standard epic one. Basically, you just want to get additional points and leave no trace. Nothing else matters, just those points and leave no trace. And just to show I'm not being crazy or using anything too cheating, my Iridian artifact doesn't give me any benefit here. I'm not doing radiation damage, I'm just doing it for the luck, and no crazy grenades or anything else that's going on. This shield just helps get my action skill up quicker. So in terms of gear, as you can see, it's all fairly normal. Once you've got the gear sorted, well, that's when you go over to the talent tree and skills. Now, this, I'm not kidding. All of the footage that's playing in the background while this is going on is literally running with nothing but 33 points in there. I don't even have a pet out. That's how bonkers this is. I don't have a pet out. I don't even have any action skill augments. So how does this work? Well, you need 3 points in leave no trace. I've got 2 more coming from my class mod. On top of that, you then put points in either of these. Neither matter because we're not killing anything while we're boss farming. This is purely for boss farming. We then go up and take a look at what else we've got here. So head count. This is another useful one. This is whenever you get a crit, there's a chance your action skill cooldown time gets reduced. So that's quite nice. It just gives us more fade away. I also get some points in Hunter's Eye. Ambush Predator, those points are just coming from my class mod. They don't really matter here. We then get up into the next crucial bit. Two Fang. So a 25% chance to shoot an extra projectile. Obviously, when we're trying to stack these sticky gyrojets, that's important. Once you've done that, we then jump on over into the Stalker tree. We get 5 points in Furious Attack. This is just a nice little damage boost as that stacks up. Not essential. We then get Overclock. This helps. It's a bit of additional damage, but again, it's mainly just for getting us up into higher rows. Then we get Turn, Tail, and Run. So Turn, Tail, and Run is important because this is giving us an additional 25% gun damage and 12% fire rate while we're standing still. So this is really amping our damage up nicely. I then stick a point in Lick the Wounds in case I die, but newsflash, I won't. And we also put 1 point in Self-Repairing Systems, again, just in case we take some health damage, but we won't. Mostly, though, that's just to get us up into the Fast and the Furious, which means that when you're above half health, your gun damage is increased by 25%, plus you get 10% more move speed, which is never bad. And that is it. Now, again, when I was recording this footage, it's just ridiculously good. There is nothing here. I haven't even taken a pet, and to be honest, that was just because I forgot to. I could have taken a pet to get even more critical hit damage, but I didn't bother. So yeah, that's all you've got in terms of the skills. Now, what does it mean for killing bosses? Well, the footage behind you're seeing running is just giving away just how powerful this is against Graveward. Graveward's great because you can just stack him up and kill him. He doesn't have any immunity phases, but this will work against any boss where you can just get a lot of crits very easily. You use Fade Away, and that just gives you the bonus critical hit damage. And what you're really banking on is Leave No Trace, giving you extra ammo into your Torgue Rocket Launcher so that you can then get more gyrojets stuck, you get that free rocket ammo, and it just stacks up crazy fast, crazy quickly. And as you can see, I'm getting kills in literally a matter of seconds. This is as fast, if not faster, than the porcelain pipe bomb before the nerf, and it is just crazy efficient for farming. Let me know what you think of it. Of course, if you want to go and spend these remaining 15 talent points, you can spend them wherever you want. But if you're trying to maximize this damage, stick here 5 points into Hidden Machine. That's just going to be able to give you 30% additional damage when you're in fadeaway, because obviously nothing's targeting you. Then you just got to fill some points up in order to get to the capstone. That's really it. So I just stick a couple of points around here. There we go. And then we get the all-important, the power inside capstone. That gives you and your pet increased damage when your action skill is active, and that is damage doubled when you're at full health. So 25% bonus damage while your action skill is available. What this also does is gives you Unblinking Eye. Now, this is the only augment that really helps this build. It gives you bonus critical hit damage per critical hit, stacking up to 3 times. So this is just a big crit damage bonus and will absolutely shred. While I'm talking about this bit, from now, I'll switch over and show some footage of it running with the full build. The remaining 7 points, you can stick pretty much wherever you want to, because nothing's going to make much difference on the whole. I'd stick probably a couple of points here into Hunter's Eye, because that's all you're going to really get it for there. It's again pure boss farming, but if you weren't boss farming, maybe stick some points into some of these hunter kill skills. Let's stick just a point into here. A couple of points into big game can help, because this buffs all your hunter skills, so that helps furious attack as well if you want to go for that move. But then the last point, second to last point, going into Galactic Shadow. This is really just for the additional 15% crit chance, and then you're left with 1 more point, which will stick in big game just to boot up furious attack more. In terms of pet, I'm going to run the Gunslinger Jabber. That's purely because it gives me the additional critical hit damage. You can also look at running one of these if you want to get damage reduction, but again, as you'll see from the footage in the background, you don't really need damage reduction because everything dies in a few seconds. So that is covering off the full skill points, which again, you can see that in action behind you. So there we have it. This build is, as you can see, just crazy. All you need is a Torgue Rocket Launcher that can fire more than 1 shot per magazine, and a epic class mod to give you some extra points and Leave No Trace if you want to make it better. But to be honest, this build is just ridiculously powerful. As I said, I think it's even faster than the pre-nerf Porcelain Pipe Bomb. It shreds bosses, especially Grave Ward, but really, even bosses with invulnerability phases, as long as you don't stack up those gyrojets too high and lose a lot of potential damage, it should be absolutely fine to run with. If you've got any questions, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoy these videos, drop it a like, a subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications when I upload a new video. And don't forget to check out my Twitch weekdays from 5 PM European time. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.